My name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white. Kodak Black, but I'm a your white wife. If you're new here and this is the first time you're seeing me, it won't be the last. That's a threat. But I'm gonna make sure of it. Here on my channel, I do a little bit of everything. I do a lot of content about my lock journey. I do content about my tattoos. I've done content about commentary. Just check out my page to see if anything like that strikes your interest. And if you just like my vibe, feel free to subscribe. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my hairdresser horror story. And if my mutuals pick up on who I'm talking about, mind your business. Not too much, not too much. It is not that deep. I promise you it's not that serious. So in today's video, I'm just gonna be doing my makeup. So if I'm looking off to the side, like over here, like this is where my viewfinder is, and I'm using it as a mirror, so that's why. Today I'm gonna be doing my makeup while telling the story because I feel like I have to be doing something, you know? I can't just be sitting here just talking, or else I'll talk forever. And by no means am I a makeup artist. I'm just doing whatever. So if you see me doing something questionable, mind your business. Don't watch that. So today's story is going to be on my hairdresser horror story, and I don't have many because my mom is mainly my hairdresser, or was mainly my hairdresser before I got lock extensions. And if you guys want to follow my lock extension journey, it will be linked down below. Usually my mom would be the one to do it, but in the few instances that my mom didn't or wasn't doing my hair, I went to hairdressers. Okay, let me tell you, I've only been to 3 hairdressers in my life. That wasn't like family, of course. And let me just paint you a picture, okay? So I am 16. I had just gotten arrested. I had just gotten arrested. If you guys want to hear a story time about that, please let me know in the comments down below. But I had just gotten arrested. This was the very first small business I supported, right? I wouldn't even call her my friend. She was more of like an acquaintance, but we were cordial, we were cool. Again, this happened so long ago. If I can find the messages, I'll look, but I really doubt it because it was so long ago that I wouldn't even know what to look for. I don't remember the name of the page or anything. If I do find it, I'll put some screenshots. If a few words are off, just know that I'm just doing this purely off of memory. Like, I don't remember everything, but I do remember how dirty she did me. I literally got scammed, but let me not get ahead of myself. So yeah, I'm 16. I think it was like the summertime. Yeah, it was warm out, and I had messaged her to do my hair, and it's not like I was expecting great work, but obviously she's building up her portfolio, so I'm just trying to help, like, and I wanted my hair done. So, and at the time I didn't have a job. That's what also cheesed me, because at the time I didn't have a job, and for the hairstyle I wanted, it was $40. So I really had to wait to accumulate $40 to then hit up this girl to be like, oh, can you do my hair?
Immediately no.
Oh my gosh. So I hit her up, and I tell her what I want, and I'm like, I want jumbo braids, because that's the one thing, like, my mom,
no ma'am.
no ma'am, they're too big, I don't know, but the one thing I wanted was like jumbo braids. So that's what I had asked for. She said it was $40, and I'm like, okay, cool, I could do that. I finally hit her up talking about, okay, so when's your availability? Yeah, like, when can I come to you? And she tells me a day and a time. So it's like, it was on the weekend, so like a Saturday at like, I want to say like 4, because I remember when I first went there, yes, I said first, when I first went there, it was kind of sunset evening time, so it had to be like around 4 or 5. So whatever, we make the plan. I get the hair, I get ready to go. I ask her dress and everything. My first red flag should have been like, she's not really answering me like she's expecting me, you know? I'm not thinking anything of it. This was like the first time I went to somebody else to do my hair since I was like a kid. She keeps pushing it back, inching it back, and now I'm kind of annoyed because I'm like, girl, you told me 4 and it is inching towards 6. So at this point I'm like, I don't really want to take the bus, let me ask for a ride. I beg my aunt for a ride, and she's like, okay, fine. She takes me, and we're on our way. I'm telling her we're on our way, and I'm not getting no messages back. Red flag number 2, I am not getting no answers back while I am on the way to her house. So I'm just like, I don't know, like, I'm on the way, not hearing nothing from her. I'm like, hey, fine, I'm still gonna go at the time she agreed, because, you know, that's what was agreed. I finally reached there, and I'm like, hey, I'm here. No answer. I'm all the way at her house. No answer. And when I mean I'm all the way at her house, my aunt already pulled off. I went to the side door like she told me, and I'm waiting at her door, and I'm knocking. I could kind of see into the house, like not like see into the house, but I see that it's dark. Like there's no life in there. So I'm like skeptical, and I'm just like, am I at the right house? I'm like, now I'm nervous because I'm like, am I just banging on somebody else's door? Am I at the right house? I'm telling her I'm here. No answer. Till like 30 minutes later. Yes, I waited there for 30 minutes before I was like, maybe I should just go. I had to call back up my aunt, and I was like, yeah, nobody's at the door, so can you like come back and get me? She's like, are you sure you're at the right house? And I'm like, this is exactly where she told me. Like, I don't understand why I wouldn't be at the right house. Like, you know? She's like, okay. And then I'll have to wait for her to come back. And this is 30 minutes. So, you know, she already got settled back in. And now she has to get back up again to get me. Like, God bless her, because I really don't know what I would have done. I probably would have just hopped back on the bus, but then again, I didn't know where I was. So I just waited for her to get back, and now I'm kind of annoyed. So I'm like ranting to my aunt. You told me to come. I was there. I was at your door knocking, and you're not even home. And I'm like, I don't know why she would tell me this time if she wasn't there. I don't understand. She's like, so you're not gonna get your hair done again? I'm like, well, probably not, because even though I wanted to get my hair done, like that was the whole plan, she's not there. On the way home, I kid you not, on my way home, this girl is like, oh yeah, okay, so I'm coming home right now, just give me like 30 minutes. So I show my aunt the text, and I'm like, she just messaged me saying 30 minutes. Because how are you gonna tell me to come to your house, come all the way to your house? And she's like, she's just messaged you, why would she make you wait? You know the banter. That's just annoying. And I'm like, okay, fine. So she's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to wait, or are you gonna go all the way back home? And I'm like, I guess I'm going all the way back home. Like we're almost home at this time, okay? I'm back home now. She's like, okay, I'm gonna be home in 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna leave for 45 minutes, because the girl already had me standing up there for 30 minutes in the first place. She tells me 30, I leave at 45, and I tell her, I message her before I leave, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to leave, like, you know, so she could, that's her chance to be like, I'm not home, or don't leave yet, whatever the case is, you know. She still decided to be like, okay, just reassuring me. She didn't say no or anything, like don't leave yet. And I guess maybe she didn't know how far I was, but like the thing is, we went to the same school, so I can't be that far, you know. I go to her house for the second time. I go back where she told me, and I'm knocking on the door, and from when I got there the first time, I'm like, why does it look like nobody's home? This time, I told my aunt not to leave yet, because I'm like, don't leave yet, just in case, like, you know. Again, I'm at her house, and it looks like there's no life, and it looks like there's no life because there is no life. Nobody's home. Like, for the second time, I got all the way there, still nobody's home. And it was just, I don't want to say, like, I'm mad, but I'm just so annoyed. Messaging her, I'm like, are you home? Like, where are you? She's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be home in, like, 5 minutes. Pardon? Like, you literally told me. Oh my gosh. Fine. This time I don't go nowhere. This time I stick around, and we stay and we wait, like not like in front of her house, but like down the street. So we're waiting, and it was not no 5 minutes either. We were waiting in the car for like 20 minutes. I don't understand. Why are we lying? Girl, just tell me the truth. Like, if I really was on the bus coming back and forth? First of all, I wouldn't come back and forth if I was on the bus, but I was determined to get my hair done, because that was the plan for like the whole week. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to this girl and get my hair did. Like, as a black girl, like, if you don't get your hair done, it's just so disappointing, especially when the whole plan was to get your hair done. I'm just determined, and I know a lot of people should have been like, I just would have went home. You should have just went home. And I should have, but I really wanted my hair done. I was like, this is gonna look good. I was so excited about it. So I'm like, you know, I just want my hair done. That's it. Like, it shouldn't take long. I just want my hair done. Finally, she messaged me. She's like, okay, I'm home. You can come now. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm like 5 minutes away, even though I was like right around the corner. And I finally get to her house, and now I see light. Now I see that lights are on. I don't know where she was. That's not my business. But I was just like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, why? Why did I have to wait for so long? I don't understand. So finally, now I'm in her house. Okay, good. I show her the hair, and she's like, and I wanted it long, because I wanted big, long box braids. Like, that was my plan. That's what I wanted. That's why I relayed to her. When I showed her the hair, she's like, okay, so are you gonna cut it? And I was like, oh. Also, by this time, it's like nighttime. I told her how I wanted my hair. Everything was like agreed upon before I got there. But now that I'm there, it's a whole different story. I show her the hair and she's like, okay, so do you want to cut it? And I'm like, no, I kind of want them long. And then she was trying to be like, okay, yeah, but once we cut it and we thin it out, it's going to be like a little longer. Like, I don't know how hair works. Like, I've never gotten my hair done before, but I'm like, okay. Like, she was insisting, even though I was like, I want them long, I want them to my butt. She just kept reassuring me like, oh yeah, they will be long, yeah, they will be long. And I'm like, okay, whatever, she's the hairdresser, I'm gonna just trust her, whatever. I trust her judgment against my better judgment. And then she's asking me, okay, I don't mind helping, I really don't, but then she's telling me, oh, do you know how to thread out hair? And I really don't. Like, I don't do hair. You're the hairdresser, that's why I'm coming to you. Like, I don't do hair. So she's basically asking me to do things I don't know how to do. I just kind of tell her, I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm not sure. And she's trying to show me, and I'm like, no, I don't know. So finally we get started on my hair. I told you guys, again, what I wanted was simple. Like, I was not expecting more than like 20 braids in my head. I wanted them big and I wanted them long. And I'm expecting maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours and a half maximum, you know. I think my expectations were fair. Like, we finally get started on my hair. Finally, it's taking so long just to even start. When I say it's not funny, but when I say, like, it took forever to start because she could not stay off her phone for the life of her. Like, and not only just start, because this was a common trend. Like, not only did it take long to just start, it just took forever to do my hair, because every 2 seconds she was like looking at her phone. She was looking at her phone more than she was looking at my hair. So this is her phone, right? I'm over here like sitting in a chair getting my hair done, and she's over here on her phone. And that's how she was the whole time. The whole time. It took like, let me not get ahead of myself. She's taking forever to do my hair, and not only is she on her phone, but she's on my phone too. She can't consistently play music on her phone. So then she's like, oh, do you want to play music? And I'm like, sure. I just invite her to play this music she wants to listen to, because I don't care. She's playing music off of YouTube, but I can't see. The way I'm facing, I'm like facing nothing. Like, I don't remember how her house was set up, but like, I know I wasn't looking at anything in particular, and she's over here with everything behind me, including my phone. So I'm not using my phone, none at all, okay? She's using my phone to play music. I mean, I did say she could, but damn, she's playing the music, but she's not even like listening to the song. A minute into the song, she's changing it. She's changing it. A minute into the song for nearly every song. Maybe we listened to 1 or 2 whole songs, but like we weren't listening to music for real. At this point, I don't see my phone like I told you guys, and I don't know what battery my phone's at. Like, I'm not paying attention because I'm thinking like she's not gonna kill off my phone. And at this time I had an Android, so even though she had an iPhone, I had an Android. But you know how Android chargers is not only specifically for the Android phone, just like how Apple is only specifically for the Apple phone, Android chargers can be found for everything, you know? So I'm thinking like, okay, if my phone does die, it's fine. Android chargers are everywhere, so maybe she'll have one, you know? I'm not worried, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not thinking about it too hard, whatever. Not even, because never did she bring up that my phone was dying. You don't know how I'm getting home. What if I need to call somebody? Like, why? I just, whatever. The only time I found out my phone was dying is when it died, bro. Like, she was listening to music the whole time, and my phone died, and she's like, oh. My phone died, and she's like, oh, your phone's dead. And I'm like, okay, do you have a charger?
No, I have an iPhone.
I'm asking, like, does your mom have a charger? Or, like, you know, because, oh yeah, at this time it's super late. Super late. Like, it's past 12 at this point. Yup, I got there, we started my hair, I want to say like 7, and now it's 12, and maybe we're halfway, okay? So I'm just like, oh, does maybe your mom have a charger or something? Her mom had come in, and she was like, when I leave to go out the garage. Like, that's the only, like, encounter we had. And she's like,
oh, she's sleeping, so I don't know.
So I'm like, great. I'm annoyed for sure, but I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? She's insisting she doesn't have a charger, and I'm not going to keep harping it. But now I'm worried, because I'm like, how am I going to get home? You know, it's just dangerous to be without your phone. So I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable. And I'm uncomfortable, and I'm annoyed, because like, why would you just kill off my phone? my phone. That's not even yours. Didn't tell me it was dying or nothing. Again, she's taking forever. Even without my phone playing music, she's just taking forever. I'm over it. I'm ready to go home. And I can kind of like feel like how my hair looks, and if I could, I hope I could find a picture. I'm sure I can. I think I have one on Snapchat. First of all, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out and the way I knew she could do it, because she was just trying to rush. Like, even though she wasn't rushing by no means, she wasn't trying to do hair either. She was just trying to like do my hair to do my hair and finish and get her money. Like, it was very clear. It was very clear. At this point, I just want my hair done. Like, I just want to go home now. Like, I'm pissed. I don't even want to give her the full 40 because my girl did not deliver. Like, she did not do $40 worth of work. I don't care what anybody says. I got scammed. I was robbed. But there's no way for me to just, like, the money was in my phone case. So there was no way for me to just be like, oh, I only have 20, or, you know, because she would have seen both of them. Like, I was prepared to pay her worth. But once I seen how my hair came out, your girl, I was literally embarrassed. Okay, fast forward, she finally finishes my hair. There's nothing that really happens. We don't even really talk during like, I'm saying, she wasn't really a friend. She was like more of an acquaintance. I was just trying to, you know, gas her up. I'm like, yeah, I see what you're doing, like, you know, good for you, whatever, because I'm just that type of person. We finally get to the boiling point and I'm giddy. I'm ready to go. She's like making me pose for pictures and stuff, but I didn't really want to pose for pictures because I did not like the way my hair came out. None at all, bro. It was not it. She never posted those photos. She never did, because she knew how dirty she did me, okay? She just knew it. Whatever, we take the little photos and everything, and at this time, I didn't realize how late it was because, again, I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't, like, really keep track of the time. But at this point in time, after everything is said and done, and I pay her the 40, whatever, you know, I give her the agreed upon amounts, even though she didn't follow anything that we agreed upon on my end. Like, she did not hold up her end at all, but it's fine. I give her her money and she basically kicks me out. Like, I was gonna put it, like, there's no nice way to put it. She basically kicks me out. I'm 16 and she basically says, hit the road. And she, again, like, I remember when I told you, oh, her mom came in and told me to go out the garage. So I'm going out the garage, a whole different point than where I entered. It's not too different, but obviously, like, it's kind of disorienting because now it's nighttime. Like, 2 o'clock in the morning, nighttime, and my phone is dead and I don't know where I am. I'm in the middle of a neighborhood. It's not even like I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like, I really don't know where I am. I can't even like Google Maps it to be like, okay, where am I? Like, which way should I be going? Nothing. Like, and the way we were like deep into a neighborhood, we weren't like in, like, I wasn't on like the side of the road or like on a main street or nothing. We were in a neighborhood, like, you know. I try to ask her, like, which way should I be going? Like, I got a ride here. Where do I get the bus? And she's basically like,
okay, so you're just gonna walk down the street and then you're gonna see like a catwalk and then you go down the catwalk?
And closes the door before I could even get another question in. So I'm there standing in front of the house and I'm like, which way did she say for me to go? And I don't know. Now I'm anxious because, again, it's nighttime. I'm a child and my phone is dead. I just start walking in one direction and I'm nervous. Like, I'm super nervous. And I wouldn't say I'm scared, but, you know, like, it was uncomfortable. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm going. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, what are the chances that someone is just taking a stroll at 2 o'clock in the morning so I can ask them for directions? Like, I don't know. I just keep walking. This is so dangerous. I would never do it again. And that's probably why I didn't go to another hairdresser for a long time, because I was traumatized. I'm just walking in one direction until I see somebody. And I see a lady, but, you know, she's walking hella fast. And I'm like, I don't want to just run up on her, like, you know, like she had headphones and whatever. And then eventually I keep walking. I couldn't tell you how long it was because, again, my phone was dead. So I didn't really have perception of time. But I knew that, like, if it's 2 o'clock, the last bus runs in like a half an hour. I need to catch that last bus. I'm walking, and I finally see somebody and I'm trying to like look for things that are familiar. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just walk back the way we drove. Does this look familiar? I don't understand it. And I finally see a man and I'm like, hi, sir. Like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. This is weird. And I'm walking up to a man and I'm a child. Like, ugh. That was so dangerous, so dangerous. And I'm like,
hi sir, I'm kind of lost, I'm not from here.
like, where can I catch the bus? Do you know where I can catch the bus? And he's like, if you're okay with it, I can show you, because it's like hidden. Like, now it's nighttime, so you can't see it in the dark. So sketchy, so sketchy. He didn't give off sketchy vibes, but obviously, like, he could probably see how nervous I was and that I was lost. He's walking me. First of all, he tells me I'm going the wrong way. And he's walking me towards the catwalk that was just like a black abyss, bro. Like, when he said it was hidden, he was not joking, because I would have never found it. I'm positive about that. I would have never found it had he not shown me. He showed me where it was, and obviously he didn't follow me because it was dark. It was pitch black, not even dark. It was pitch black, and I was just walking into an abyss. And I was like, okay, he's like pointed me in the direction. He's like, you're gonna go down there, and on the other side is this road, and the bus stops are right there. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. You know, like, this man really saved my life. Like, or he could have taken it, but... He starts walking the other direction, and until he's far enough where I'm like, okay, the man's not gonna follow me down this black ass alley, I start booking it through the alley, bro. I'm running, literally running through the alley, and I finally get on the other side, and now I know where I am. Now that I feel like safe, like I know where I am, now I'm just upset. Like, I'm like, this was so dangerous. Like, what? Never would I ever put anybody in this situation. Like, I don't care. If it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and somebody wanted to go home, my mom would have drove them home. Like, or at this point I can drive, so I would have drove them home. But, you know, I would have never put nobody in that situation. I don't even care. Like, that was so dangerous, and I don't even think we really talked again after that. Like, and I was upset. Like, so many things could have happened, and I caught the very last bus. Not even the last bus that stops in front of my house. Here's the bus that's passing, but not even a bus that stops in front of my house, but like a bus that goes right outside my neighborhood, and had to walk into my neighborhood. I didn't get home until like 3:30 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning, after getting like 5 braids put in my head, bro. And the next day, because you know how I told you guys I got arrested, right? It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and the next day I had to go to intake. I've been sitting here doing nothing for like half an hour. I had to go to an program because, you know, I got arrested for with my friend the next day, my friend at the time. The next day in the morning, not even like like in the afternoon, like in the morning. So as soon as I get home, I go to sleep, whatever. I look at my hair. I hate it. I'm just like, I just got scammed. What did I just spend my money on? I told everyone that would listen. I wasn't like going out and deliberately like being like, don't go to her, don't go to her. I wasn't doing all of that. But like, you know, when they asked me, I told them the truth. I told them the truth. And the thing is like, kid you not, when I say I took out the hair, like this was the weekend, I took it out maybe like 3-4 days later. I may have went to school with it 1 or 2 days, and then I took it out because it was so bad. It even got messy like after the couple days too. It was just so bad. When I went to intake with my friend at the time, I showed up and she's like,
did you do your hair yourself?
And I'm like, no, I paid $40 for it. Like, it looked like I tried to do my hair myself for the very first time. Like, it just didn't look good, like, at all. And I mean, like, whatever. Yeah, I did not go back to her. I don't even think she really continued to do hair like that. She was telling me the truth, and I knew it. I knew it did not look good, but I was like, well, I'm going to keep it in for at least a week because, you know, I spent my money on it, and I didn't even keep it in for the week. Not even for the week. Oh my gosh, I'm so like blown out. When I saw my friend at the time, like she was telling me about myself because she's like, girl, it does not look good. She was just telling me the truth, and like I knew it did not look good. And I was like, well, I spent my money on it, so I got to keep it in for at least a week. And I didn't even keep it in for the week. Like, that's the thing. Not even for the week, bro. But that's on me. What I really need to be doing is clown makeup, because lesson learned for real. And, you know, what's done is done. I got home safe, but yeah. I also didn't tell anybody that I was, like, kind of stranded there for a minute. But no hard feelings about the whole situation. That really scared me off of going to anybody to do my hair for a long time. More of the story, I learned my lesson, and I really should have listened to my friend when they told me not to go to her. Don't do it, because I shouldn't have. My time and my money was wasted. And it's just sad because I was prepared to, you know, like really support her and go to her. I mean, first impressions are everything. And yeah, no. That's the story. I hope you guys like this story. I know it's not super exciting one, but it's definitely one I wanted to share. Let me know if you guys want to hear about the story about how we got arrested. I don't mind sharing. And I hope to continue to make content you will come back and enjoy. And I'll see you in the next one.